Hey friends, it's me, your pal Austin, and I'm gonna give you a little inside scoop on the opening track of my new TikTok album. Now that's what I call a bunch of Austin Archer's TikTok songs compiled into an album, Volume 2. Let's do it. Is it weird to see me in landscape? I feel weird shooting in landscape. I don't shoot anything in landscape these days. It's all for TikTok, so it's weird to be making a video that's not intended to go on TikTok. This is just for you, YouTube and probably Instagram and probably my Patreon. I'll probably show it to my Patreon people early so that it's like a early access thing, but no one else. So yeah, at long last, I'm releasing volume 2 of my TikTok songs. If you didn't know, this is kind of something I've been doing this year, is putting together compilations of my TikTok hits and releasing them as albums. And people always ask in the comments whenever I put out a song, there's always at least a couple people who say, will you be releasing a full version of this song? And I gotta say, I wanna put it on record here that I don't really like when people comment that, because I know what they mean. At least I think I know what they mean. They mean like a longer version of the song, but like if you listen to the songs that I put out on TikTok, they're done. It's a beginning, middle, and end. The song says everything that it exists to say. It is a full song. It's not like it cuts off in the middle of a phrase and you're only getting a portion of the song. It's a full song. It's just short. It's just like a minute to a minute and a half long, and that's the way that I write them intentionally so that they can live in their full, complete glory on TikTok. And on volume 1 of the TikTok songs, I did extend a few of the songs and create, another verse or maybe a bridge and maybe like a instrumental breakdown. There were some extended versions of songs, and some I just left as they were because I felt like they were done. And I still feel like that on this one. The only reason I will extend a song out is if I feel like I can genuinely improve the song by extending it. I don't want to make the song worse because I'm trying to just make it longer. So there was one song on the album that I definitely felt like from the get-go, from the first day that I released it, I knew I wanted to do a second verse to it. The song is America Sucks. It's the song that opens the album, and I already really like the first verse lyrics for the song. It opens with kind of this fun little patter rhythm. It says, "You always want to know why people like me got a beef with the bro guy, the redneck, red hat wearing white type, the self-identified patriotic till I die kind. Well, where to start?" And I wanted to sort of amp that up for the second verse, but again, I'm not gonna do it unless I can really come up with something that is gonna be impressive. So this line popped into my head for the second verse, and the line is, "Idiotic nonsense spewing like a fountain, overflowing with no one knowing the difference between wrong and right." And once I had that line, I knew I needed to write a second verse for this song because I liked so much about the way that that line flowed. Idiotic nonsense spewing like a fountain, overflowing with no one knowing. Really proud of that. Love that Owen, no one knowing. That whole thing, overflowing with no one knowing the difference between wrong and right. So what you're trying to do when you're building lyrics is it's kind of like putting together a puzzle. You're trying to fill in empty spaces with the correct rhythm and the correct rhyme scheme if you can. That first part of the lyric though is a mouthful. Idiotic nonsense spewing like a fountain, overflowing with no one knowing the difference between wrong and right. It's a lot to get out. There's a good chance I know at this point that I'm going to be looking for a place to take a breath. So I want to, if I can, pull back the tempo a little bit with the way that I resolve this rhyme. And so I go out of that into all day and all damn night, which is significantly slower. So I thought of the line, "I've got morons on my left and morons on my right." Now that doesn't quite fit rhythmically, so I got morons on my left and morons on my right. Here's an idea that's kind of some clever wordplay. I got morons on my left and more on my right. Bada bing, bada boom. I love that. I'm technically sort of rhyming right with right because I had the difference between wrong and right, but in the middle of that, I put the word night. All day and all damn night, I got morons on my left and more on my right. I really love the wordplay there with going from morons to more on my right, and also the fact that I get to sort of poke fun that there's more stupid people on the right in America than there are on the left, but there's stupid people all over the place, just more on the right. Now, production-wise, I don't do too much to change the second verse. All I really want to do is sort of rebuild what I did for the first verse and maybe add in a few elements that sort of give the song a sense of growth. So the first verse, I didn't have like the hi-hats on the first half of the first verse. So I'm gonna put that in on the first half of the second verse just so it has a continuing sense of drive and build. And I'm also going to add a little bit of like a pad underneath that just to give it some more texture, just to give the song a sense that it's continuing to grow, that it's not just a mirror image of the first verse. We want to make sure that production-wise, the song continues to grow and evolve as it goes on. So I get that all laid out, I record my vocals, I send the whole thing over to Chrissy Bear over at Marmalade Music, who does all my mixing and mastering, and he sends it back to me, and it sounds like this.
Idiotic nonsense, spewing like a fountain overflowing with no one knowing the difference between wrong and right. All day and all damn night, I got morons on my left and more on my right. An overwhelming indicator, mind-numbing tautologies invented by the church of bigotry and insecurities, convincing every proud boy nationalist wallaby that he can be a hero with a big enough gun. Someone tell old Walmart Rambo he's not special just because he was born in a specific geographical area instead of some other geographical area. America sucks.
That's it. Check out the album. It's available exclusively on my Bandcamp, austinarchermusic.bandcamp.com, and check out Volume 1 if you haven't already, and check out my other albums over there. And thanks. That's it. Bye.